Hey everybody, Monica Slavi here, registered dietitian nutritionist and the founder of Mayo Nutrition. And in this video, I am just going to put together a simple lunch. It's around noon o'clock in Denver right now when I'm making this video. So Chris and I are just gonna have some lunch. And his one request was make sure it has protein. And I was like, okay, duh. So if you are new to my website or to my page, I always try to emphasize protein at every single meal. It is, by research, the most efficient way for our bodies to handle protein. So I always recommend protein at every single meal. Also recommend some sort of carbohydrate, especially around your workouts, and then veggies. So I just microwaved a quick veggie blend. It's just this big old bag I got at Costco, and I'm going to divide that in half by, just giving each of us about a cup. And then what you'll see is that is going to be our veggie portion. And then now that my glass bowl is empty, I'm going to make a really quick tuna salad recipe that has a little bit of a Mediterranean flair. May is Mediterranean Diet Month, so I'll be talking about the benefits of a Mediterranean eating style, and one of the benefits is that it has a lot of anti-inflammatory nutrients. So one of those anti-inflammatory nutrients is omega-3 fatty acids, and while tuna isn't the most, rich source of omega-3 fatty acids, there is fat in tuna, and a lot of those are going to be omega-3s, so that's one example of an anti-inflammatory nutrient. So I have 2 cans of just regular tuna, and depending on who's watching, for the general population, I'd recommend like an albacore tuna. But if you are in the prenatal phase of your life, or if you are pregnant, the recommendation would be for you to choose a skipjack tuna. And the reason is because of mercury exposure. So albacore is like a really big tuna, and the bigger the fish, the more exposure to mercury they have, because they eat little fish that eats little fish. So the food chain, that's all I'm going to say about that. You want to make sure that you are limiting your exposure, but in general, not a big deal. So I'm using just an albacore tuna, 2 cans, and I'm going to just break it up with a fork. This is like a barely cook recipe, right? So tuna, it's a great source of protein, already cooked, and you can easily do this recipe with a canned chicken, or if you shredded chicken like on your own, that would be fine. Just get some sort of protein. That's all I'm going to recommend. And then once that's broken up, I'm going to just add some capers. Capers are a flower bud, and what you will notice is that they're always usually packed in vinegar, and that's going to give this nice briny flavor. It tastes really good. So let me just grab a spoon here, and I'm not measuring anything, just kind of going by what I see, but that's maybe about a tablespoon. So I'm going to do about 2 of those, and this is really how I approach cooking and nutrition in general, is very basic formulas that I kind of just put together. So my basic meal formula is vegetables, protein, carbohydrate, and then when I'm mixing foods for flavors, I kind of just stick with very basic ingredients. That's why none of my recipes are extensive. Like, in fact, this tuna salad is going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ingredients. That's it. This is a dairy-free tuna salad. There's not going to be any mayo. I'm going to get all the flavor from capers, olives, lemon juice, and then black pepper. So just squeezing some lemon juice. Another great option would be to add some lemon zest if you have a fresh lemon. I would just recommend, if you're going to use zest of any sort of citrus, that you use an organic version. Now I'm just going to grind up some black pepper. Again, just real basic here. And lastly, I'm going to do some Kalamata olives. Probably not a lot of olive fans in the house, but I'm a major olive fan. I love the texture. I love the fats that they add. Makes it really satiating. And I'd probably guess, I'd want to do like about a half a cup. Now, if I was really making this like a full recipe, I'd probably chop those up. but I'm just putting together a quick lunch, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to show this in a video because when it comes to nutrition, it's supposed to be easy. It's one of the pillars of good health, right? And longevity and optimal wellness. So there shouldn't be any barriers to that. And sometimes cooking can be a barrier. Some people have, like, you know, not the most comfortable knife skills. So I want to show you that you can really put an easy meal together. It's not gonna take too much time, not gonna take too much effort. And that way, hopefully, you do it. So just mixing this up real basic here. And now what you might not be able to see, but I will explain, is that I actually have our plates of food on food scales. So we're gonna measure out the tuna so that way I know that I'm getting the right amount of protein per meal and that Chris is getting the right amount of protein per meal. And I'm a strong advocate of fueling your body. And I know that from a sports dietetic standpoint that accuracy matters. So if I am working with a professional athlete, I know that they're training a lot and I want to make sure that they're getting all of their nutrition needs. So using a food scale is a really beneficial tool to add. Of course, not everybody's going to benefit from using a food scale at home, but if you work with me, you know that I keep it very objective. We're really just using tools to improve our nutritional well-being, and we always check in on that psychological well-being, of course. So I know food scales can be somewhat of a trigger for people, but again, it's all about having that coach, that accountability piece, so that never becomes an issue. All right, so I've got my tuna portioned out, and now I'm gonna add Chris's to his. The other thing is that Chris has higher carbohydrate needs, so he has 2 slices of Dave's Killer Bread. I recommend Dave's Killer Bread if you're going to be choosing a bread from the grocery store. It just has a lot of great ingredients, also good nutrition, and also we had to use it up. So, hi, you can come in. And I'm going to add sweet potatoes to my plate. So again, just going to tear the scale so that way I get the sweet potatoes that I want because I'm trying to hit a certain carbohydrate need per meal. And then Chris is gonna get some. Hey, jacking my sweet potatoes. That's cool.
Checking your tots.
Okay. And for the sweet potatoes, I just chopped them up and put them on a pan, roasted them at 400 degrees in an oven for, truthfully, I didn't time it. When I smelled it, it was done. That's my method. All right, cool. You are almost done. What? Are we getting the belly? Belly action? Yeah, it's coming, you guys. So you just wait. There it is. Belly. And there's another belly. Hi, Belinda. You can't see her. She's down there. Okay. You are about there. All right, cool. And lunch is done in under 10 minutes. We've got a meal for you and a meal for me. That is it, you guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions about nutrition, fitness, let me know. Email me at mynonnutrition.com or Instagram at Denver Fitness Dietitian.